Alright, now we are actually back, and I apologize, I did not have a thumbnail up. So now, we should have a thumbnail up, and we should be good to go. Everything should be going according to plan. We have, as you can see, gotten rid of the drone UI. You can see a more full leaderboard here, and we have a clear track image down here. All good things. I should probably make a solid thumbnail for all of these races. As of now, it's kind of just whatever I have screenshotted. Alright, so here we are watching Sauce take a few laps. I believe we are in qualifying as of right now. Let's take a look at Dean's qualifying laps. This actually might still be practice. You know, these cars are very slidey, especially when you can see such a gradual corner as that, and you can still see him sliding a little bit. This is definitely one of the favorite tracks of the group, so I think we've done this track in pretty much every series we've raced in. the nice thing about this new leaderboard is when I switch who I'm spectating, it'll tell me in a highlight. You can see here, oh, that's Mike Kirby. I switch again, we're now looking at Moto, and we can see exactly what place they're in. Also, a good thing about this is if you see lots of cars moving back and forth somewhere on the leaderboard, I can switch to one of those guys and I can see that battle that's going on, so it like alerts me different battles that are going on throughout the map. Alright, once more I will remind you while we're still waiting here for this to start, we do have very cheap merchandise. One of the guys here is selling it. With shirts start around $15 for these single-sided. The double-sided are more like $20. We have mugs, both in white and black. I have the black one. Starting at $9, and the one I have is $11 because it's a few more ounces. So yeah, that's our merch. I'll try to link the site below, or I will post it in my Discord. I don't think I have a description on this live stream right now, but you get the general idea. Yeah, there are ways that I can tell you, and I'll let you guys know where you can get this merch. a little spin out in practice from Dean there. Looks like he got stuck in the grass and the foliage. I'm not sure exactly what he's planning on doing here. These are not off-road cars, and this set of course is by no means a off-road simulation. You got that nice car model issue going on with the grass floating a foot above the car. Mike Kirby did pretty good in these practice laps. He's down in 6th place with a 146.8, which is only about 4.5 seconds or 4.5 seconds slower than the leader. And this is still practice, so I'm excited to see how he's going to do this race. I know he's had a few struggles, especially with his poor start to the series and with his injury, but I'm excited to see where he's going to go with this, and I hope he does well this race. And I'm certain that he can carry some good momentum with this car, and he can pull this through this entire season, maybe get himself up higher on the leaderboard. By the way, I will be posting the results to each race on my YouTube channel just a few hours after each race. I'll do it as a community post, so if you want to see those, make sure to check my community posts, and I'll make sure to post those results on the point system leaderboard and how everyone's doing in the overall standings of the series. Alright, here we go. We are now starting qualifying for roughly 10 minutes now. You can see all these drivers start leaving the pits to really put in these put in the work for these laps, get some of the best times they've had, and hopefully not screw up too bad, because they don't have enough time to screw up. And then we just see my car over here, still not a news van. Hopefully we'll get that fixed this next race. Alright, we're starting to see some time coming as these drivers get past the line. Not quite as fast as some of their practice laps, but hopefully they're able to really take off some of those seconds and get down to those laps times they had before. Right now the fastest is 1 minute 57 seconds lap, 157.7. I believe that could be easily beaten with some warm up into the qualifying session. We also did start off of a from a stopped position, and they are not starting the lap at already built up speed, which they aren't in this lap. So hopefully they will get up, get down these seconds for this upcoming lap. I'm estimating probably at least an average of 10 seconds less per car as they're starting from a place of speed already for this lap. So I cannot edit the description of streams that are already running, which is a shame, but I will make sure to post my Discord server along with the GP Sim Sports shop site in the community post that will go with the race results just a few hours after the race finishes tonight. And we see a lot of these times dropping down with Pro with a 1 minute 42 second lap. That little drop down is very helpful. We have 5 minutes left on this qualifying. I am enjoying this F1 style leaderboard a lot, and obviously this is not F1, but you may notice if I pull this down, it is indeed an F1 logo on top. So I just kind of slide that up and hope no one sees it, and we're all good. Definitely biased towards spectating Dean. He's always such an interesting driver to watch, just through practice, through qualifying, through racing. He always seems to find some sort of action in his racing. So, finding action a lot here, Dean. Taking a break or something. Hopefully he is either satisfied with his lap time or he's ready to go back up and hopefully get one of his best laps in overtime. Kirby going off the track there a little bit. That was not on purpose. Kirby is sitting at a 2:02, which is not very fast compared to his practice times. I know that he was up down there in the 150s. I don't know if he got to the 140s or not. Hopefully he will get up. Sauce in first place with Pro in second. No big surprise with a literal 0.06 second difference. Very fun when you have such close drivers just right next to each other on the leaderboard with 0.06 seconds in between. Just the variety of skill amongst this league is impressive. And everybody has a good time. Kirby going off the track, skidding off in a similar manner as before, except this time it was a little bit more fatal to his lap time. Looks like he's going to be starting most likely in 8th. He went back to pits, so it looks like he's probably going to be stuck with that time. Moto here just one place ahead in 156. Looks like we have a smaller crowd today. What is this next lap going to look like for Moto? 154. He is already sped up 2 seconds. It's a shame he doesn't have more time, because I'm certain that he could probably get down to 150 territory or even high 140s. Dean in the pits again. We have Spangler, one of our new guys, just joining for this season. I know I've said this before, but I'll say it again. This is a difficult season to start off with, especially for your first sim racing online experience. It's difficult. So I gotta hand it to him for having a 149 lap in this qualifying. That's impressive. Pro in second place with a 142.49. I don't think he's gonna be able to beat this, but let's see if he can. Alright, we are in overtime for qualifying. Right now we're sitting with Sauce in first, Pro in second, Rodan in third, Big Boy fourth, Luke in fifth, Spangler in sixth, Moto in seventh, Kirby in eighth, and it looks like that's the entire pack for today, unless I'm missing something, in which case we'll find out in just a few moments. Will Pro's lap be faster? Curious to find out. Is he going to be able to go first? I don't know how that was possible, but it looks like he had zero change. Zero change at all. That wouldn't handle it so well if that was real life. Sauce here, still driving, just kind of chilling out after that intense quality session. Ready to start the race. We will see the pits fill up here slowly as the racers get ready for race number 3. Alright, here we are. Getting ready for race number 3. We will be moved towards the we'll be moved to the grid shortly. So yes, as I was saying, Pro has a 0.062 second difference between first place, who is Sauce, with a 142.427. Very impressive lap time. I would definitely be near the back, probably not even in the 1 minute section. I'd probably be in the 2 minutes. Alright, and here we are all lined up. And yeah, we have a pretty empty field today. Only 8 drivers. Alright, it looks like our leaderboard is slightly messed up here. Hopefully that gets fixed by just the race start. And it looks like it's trying to put in duplicates for all the past sessions. I apologize. It's come to my attention that I have not been in control of my car, so I wasn't going to be able to get off of the grid, which would be very bad for all these drivers. So just wanted to make sure we were all good there, and it looks like our leaderboard's doing the same thing with the duplicate issue. And they're off. We have Sauce in first place, Pro passing him, trying to get to first place. Game Boy third here. Logan here fourth. Dean in fifth, trying to catch up over here. Just, you know, trying to not get in the mix of cars just constantly just getting so close together where it could end in disaster with a slight movement. So Dean's playing it smart here, not getting involved in that huge mess. Some unwilling breakers there. Sauce did not want to brake, and that cost him some of his positions. Dean playing it a little slow and steady, taking fourth position in that pass. Pro easily taking first place. Not surprised there. Game Boy getting passed by Dean. Oh, but does he want to let it go? No, looks like... Oh. He did not want to let that position go, which resulted him in not braking in time, giving Dean the position he wanted. Speaking of Dean, here he is in third place. 1.5 seconds behind first place. If you need a visual, that's what it looks like. Fastest lap, of course, goes to Pro. And I also apologize, I misread. Indeed, is 1.5 seconds behind Rodan. It's not a leader-based system there. Oh, Dean pulling off a power slide there, not on purpose. Sauce really wanting his first place position back is getting on Dean's tail, making him a little bit nervous there. And so far, Dean seems to be holding off pretty well, but Sauce is, you can see him start to get under Dean there, and it's going to be an interesting battle here with Sauce trying to get right underneath Dean. One of these days I'll have a co-commentator and it won't just be me talking to myself. Apple fritter in the comment section. I don't speak Gen Alpha. I have no clue what you're talking about. Sauce is getting under Dean there. He successfully pushed Dean onto a little further over the apex than he wanted to, slowing down his momentum in that corner, leaving Sauce to keep his momentum, just passing Dean here. It's not quite official yet. Dean looks like he was a little bit annoyed and he's probably trying his best to catch up to Sauce, and that is, you can see his tires spinning and smoke spewing as he's really giving everything that car has got to those corners. Sauce is easily pulling away her Dean now. I doubt Dean's going to be able to catch up to Sauce anytime soon. Oh, but Pro looks like he had something happen with a spin out of sorts, leaving him down in 4th place. That leaves Dean in his beloved 3rd position. Kirby, you can see on the leaderboard there, Kirby's in 6th place. That's really good. I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's not further back, doing pretty well. Well, as of right now, we have Rodan in 1st place, Sauce in 2nd, Dean in 3rd, Pro in 4th, Game Boy in 5th place, Kirby in 6th, Moto in 7th, Spangler in 8th, and yeah. The other DEA, I believe, is a Dean duplicate. At least we have them all grouped together. Pro was not happy about his little spin out, and he's trying desperately to catch up to Dean. Hopefully, he's hoping to pass him, hoping to get back to his beloved 1st place. here he goes. Pro, the master of keeping his momentum through all corners, is getting right under Dean. Forcing Dean to really brake, because obviously Dean does not want to spin out, so he did not want to take the risk of really pushing ahead of Pro and spinning out, leaving Pro in third position. Now all he has to do is move up another 2 positions. Passing Sauce is going to be difficult, but I think he can do it. Kirby back here in 6th position, 5 seconds behind Game Boy, but 10 seconds ahead of Spangler, so he is not struggling on the front of people behind him. I hope you're liking our new banner that totally did not take 2 seconds to just screenshot and flip on the screen. Moto here, last place in 8th, 9 seconds behind Spangler. Moto may not be fast, but as fast as some other drivers, but he is definitely a solid driver, and these cars don't seem to be his favorite. I have seen him do better in different cars. For instance, our last Toyota Wagon Series, he was up there pretty far, 6th usually, sometimes 7th, and we usually had a bigger pack. This is a pretty small pack for our group. Pro in 3rd place, still holding the fastest lap, proving that he definitely has the capability to catch up to Sauce and Rodan, as long as they don't beat that time. Oh, Pro doing a very similar accident that he did before, just minus the horrendous spin out, where he just kind of fell off track, leaving him back and forth, having to pass Dean again, which I think he'll be able to do. I don't know if that's Dean being a great driver, but plays a little bit better, it seems. At least better at these cars. As these series progress and we switch different types of cars and stuff, you'll really notice just the giant diversity of the car options we have. Sorry, tripping over my words here today. We've gone through GT3 cars, we've done wagons in Tokyo, we've done obviously these older GTC cars, we've had old touring cars, we've done GT4, we've done Spec Miata. We've been all over the map. Some of our testing weeks, we usually have 2 weeks in between each series of testing. Those are usually very fun because we just kind of mess around with different cars we think would be a good fit for our series, and we just have these smaller groups of tight racing that no one's really practiced, and we're all just goofing off having a good time. We'll definitely think about streaming those when we come upon them. Five minutes to go on the clock. Pro back in 3rd place, Dean in 4th place. It seems like Dean has really held his position in 4th place. He doesn't seem like he's going to be passed anytime soon, and he's probably not going to pass Pro unless Pro makes another one of those spin out mistakes or just wanders off the track. Seems like we have a solid lineup here for finishing. Somebody has beaten Pro Darwin's fastest lap. Sauce has beat it. Sauce has that beat. Why it's not telling us that time, I am not sure. Doesn't seem like there's a good way to tell, which is disappointing. Pro is on his way to catching up to Sauce. You can see Sauce and Rodan up there. pretty close together. Rodan is not happy with how far behind he is from Sauce. A whole 6 seconds is a lot to make up in 3 minutes. Pro doing a good job just kind of inching his way closer to Sauce, but I don't think it's going to be enough. There's only 3 minutes left, and that leaves it at about probably 2 laps, if not just 1 more lap after this lap. And 6 seconds is not something you can make up in just another lap and a half. Seems to be some interesting back and forth going here as Sauce comes up right behind Rodan, doing his famous, infamous maneuvers of just getting right under somebody, making them believe that they can't really come in front of him, leaving them in a slower line that ruins the next few seconds of their line. As you can see here, Rodan pulling out here because he does not want to hit Sauce, and he does not want Sauce to pass him, but that is the main thing that Sauce uses that leads his prey to their demise, leaving Sauce in first position, Rodan in second. Who saw this coming? Pro doing pretty well back there, only 4.5 seconds behind Rodan. Still not enough with only another lap to go. Unless both Rodan and Sauce make a big mistake, which I guess is likely, depending on how vigorous this battle is. Although it looks like Sauce is usually pulling away from Rodan here, so we probably have a pretty set up list here, and you can see Pro back there catching up. Doing very well, I might add, at only 3.5 seconds behind Rodan. No crazy battles this race, but it comes with a smaller pack of only 8 people. Not expecting much here. Might have a slightly more interesting race the second round as the grid becomes inverted. A little bit of smoke coming off of Pro back there, as he is definitely trying to catch up. Only 3 seconds behind, 3.1 seconds. It's climbing a little bit, but it'll steady out probably around 3.1 seconds. Oh, getting closer. He's doing quite well. But it's not going to be enough, as this is the final lap. Here we sit at the finish line. You can hear the car's engine in the distance. You can see the paint glimmering off first place. Who will it be? The leaderboard is definitely not a giveaway. We have Sauce in first place, Rodan in second place, Pro in third place. All very close. Pro's last lap being the fastest lap, finally getting back ahead of Sauce. Dean pretty far behind in fourth place, but nonetheless still in fourth place. Game Boy a little bit closer behind him in fifth place. Kirby seems like he's pretty far behind. I wonder what happened but he still held his position against Spangler and Moto. The real question is, are they going to be able to finish, or are they going to get a DNF, leaving them in the back of the pack for the next race? There's Kirby coming around with his bright green car, dark green car with a white, not bright. He did not get a DNF. Looks like Spangler's just a few seconds behind him. Will he come through, or will he get a DNF? Moto is pretty close to Spangler. So if Spangler finishes, I bet Moto will too. Spangler in 7th place. The new guy still not getting a DNF. Better than when I first started. Moto, last place, but he tried, and he did finish. Definitely a smaller first race, and race just overall, but everybody finished. It's going to make for a interesting second race, which we will start here in just a few moments. Here we are with our race number 2 pack. Sauce obviously finished first, so he's way in the back, and Moto up in 1st place. Good for him. So we have Moto in 1st, Spangler in 2nd, Kirby in 3rd, Game Boy 4th, Dean in 5th. That's funny because that's roughly the same way he ended. Pro in 6th, Rodan in 7th, and Sauce in 8th, and me way back there having plenty of time to get off the track. Alright, we're following Rodan. And the race is on. Pretty hectic as you see some of the slower launches become somewhat of a nuisance to this. Whoa! I wish we could have instant playback of that. Wow. That's gonna toss up this entire race. I'm gonna try to make a separate video kind of analyzing what happened there. But there was two guys, I don't remember exactly which. It might have also been Rodan, kind of sandwiching Dean, leading to him spinning out in front of the whole back of cars. And that did not sit well with the entire pack because they all spin out. But that definitely spread out the entire pack, as you can see down here in the lower map. Pretty evenly spread out, I'd say, but definitely a nuisance as some of those who were in 1st place who really wanted to stay in that position for a while. Did not have that luxury, but you see Spangler, one of the new guys who ended second to last round, up here in 4th place, holding it strong. Impressive that he was able to avoid that entire wreck, even though he just got off the track. Impressive that he was impressive that he was able to avoid that entire wreck, even though he was passed by everybody. He was way in the back, and he somehow made it out alive. Now we see a little bit of an evening of the skill here as Rodan is passing some of those of lower skill, like Spangler. Probably going to pass Game Boy here any moment. Pro, of course, fastest lap. Not surprising. A early break from Rodan and a late break from Game Boy. I wonder how that's going to affect their lines. And you saw Rodan go into the dirt a little bit there, having a slightly different line than Game Boy, which is not being very effective. Game Boy went off the track there, really feeling the pressure from Rodan behind him. And he's about to feel the pressure even more when Rodan passes him. Rodan passing Game Boy. Leaving Pro in 1st with Austin 2nd. Rodan in 3rd and Game Boy not so happily in 4th. Although Rodan just went right off the track. I guess the adrenaline rush from passing somebody was too much, and he was overwhelmed going off the track there, leaving Game Boy in his 3rd position, Rodan in 4th. Not a lot of excitement in this race, just a lot of people driving directly off of the track. A unique problem to have. Rodan again passing Game Boy. This is an extremely subpar battle we're doing here, where it just one of them goes off the track, gets passed, the other one goes off the track, gets passed, and back and forth, back and forth. Hopefully we're gonna get something a little more interesting soon. We have an in-car view here. Looks like Game Boy has a passenger. You can also actually, looks like he's getting passed. From Game Boy's perspective, we see Dean coming up next to him. Something interesting is happening to everybody. Dean coming up next to Game Boy, getting underneath first his right, then his left. Is he going to be able to pull off this pass? Yes he is. Oh, just slowly inching his way. That really influenced, or really forced Game Boy to brake so he didn't pull off that side-by-side battle into corner 1. Is that what he did? difficult to do without both of them spinning out and facing last positions. Although Rodan's gone back up to Dean, passing him again. And Rodan does have the inside this time, leaving him in the position of power. Dean not liking that very much, you see it being very close. This is definitely not one of Dean's teammates, as Game Boy is in Shelby and Dean is in the Ferrari GTO. Very different cars. Different teams. Dean in his slidey Ferrari GTO, you can see in almost every one of these corners he's just barely resisting the car's urge to slide and spin out. Looks like Sauce has placed the fastest lap. Good for him. With about 7.5 minutes left. This is halfway over. Nothing too exciting except for that first start. Looks like Rodan is successfully pulling away from Dean, but I am probably rightfully saying that this is not going to be the last that Rodan is going to see of Dean. As you can see by Dean's power slides into that corner, trying desperately to keep as much momentum as possible. Game Boy pretty faithfully staying to his line and doing well, keeping behind Rodan, trying to catch up, but no luck so far. That he hasn't just drove off the track quite yet. Looks like Moto just passed Spangler. Spangler must have had some issues. Oh, Moto going off track. Let's see if he's gonna. Oh, I'm gonna say that was accidental. Moto pulling up on track, Spangler hitting him, leaving Moto in a very bad spot. Way in last place. That might be a DNF. Game Boy still faithfully in his 1.6 seconds behind Rodan. And Dean, another 2.3 seconds behind him. I'm impressed of Game Boy's ability to hold off Dean. That was impressive, and I'm kind of surprised Dean hasn't caught up to Game Boy quite yet. You can see some of these onboard cameras. We can see the hood cam from Game Boy. Hear that Shelby engine roar. Is starting to catch up to Rodan. Getting really close in these corners, sending in these corners, which could be bad for Rodan or really good for Rodan as Game Boy either pass him or spin out. There really isn't an in-between here. 5 minutes to go on the clock. This is last third of the second race. Race number 3 is almost over. What will the standings be like? Something must have happened to Sauce, or something really good must have happened to Pro, as there is a 12-second difference in between Sauce and Pro. Not looking good for Sauce up there. Game Boy's helmet cam. Let's see what other. Alright, we have Spangler's helmet cam, Dean's helmet cam. I was Team Ferrari before I started doing the stream, so slightly biased to Team Ferrari and Dean over here. Kirby looks like he had some sort of issue all by his lonesome. Moto way back there in last. Here's Pro in first place because he is complicated. You can see his dash cam here. Ooh, a little bit of obviously these cars don't have anti-lock brakes, so you can see a little bit of brake locking up there. You can really hear those brakes squeal. It makes it very difficult, as you can see him power slide drifting across this corner. Still 12 seconds ahead of Sauce though. Here we see Sauce going in that same corner, doing better on the brakes and the sliding than Pro, which makes me wonder why he's so far behind. That's just me. We see Rodin here, third place, 8 seconds behind Sauce. Again, we have Team Ferrari. Game Boy is right now pinned in between Team Ferrari with Dean and Rodin. I'm not sure if we have any other Ferraris actually. I know we do have other Ferraris. I don't know if we have any in this specific race. We have a pretty small field. 2.5 minutes left. I'm attempting to make some predictions. Pro is gonna get first. Sauce might get first. Game Boy, Dean, and Rodin, I don't know. Anything could happen. They've all exhibited sections of them kind of just driving off the track or something random happening, and that leaving them with someone passing them. Although they've also shown the ability to just take that position right back, as you see Game Boy kind of swerving in and out there trying to regain his traction. So as far as that, I don't know how that's going to turn out. God stay with Rodin third, Game Boy fourth, and fifth. Definitely think that Mike Kirby's going to stay in sixth, as you can see he's 20-ish seconds behind Dean and 20-ish seconds ahead of Spangler. Same thing, there's really just 20-second increments in between these last three, so I believe Kirby's going to stay sixth, Spangler's going to stay seventh, and Motor's going to be eighth. But these top five here, it's going to be interesting. Because Sauce is only 8 seconds away from Rodin, and Rodin might be able to catch up to him. Pro setting the fastest lap. Why am I not surprised? It seems like Sauce and Pro have been really setting those fastest laps back and forth this entire evening. The real question is, can we see Sauce from Rodin's car? And the answer is no, you cannot. We'll do some cinematics of Rodin just driving along. Nothing crazy exciting happening as of right now. Game Boy really inching closer to Rodin, 2.5 seconds away, and getting closer. They are all on their final lap. Let's get back to, is that Pro just passing? I don't think so. Oh, that was last place. Alright, I wonder who's gonna get first. Leaderboard gives it away. It's Pro. And there he is. With not so close behind Sauce. Moto was just... he must have been lapped. You can see the leaderboard getting confused there. Rodan in third, Game Boy in fourth, Dean in fifth place, and we have Kirby pretty far behind, so I'm just gonna kind of show y'all the donuts they're doing over here. Moto an entire minute and a half. I'm not sure what happened to Moto. He must have gone back to pits or something. I have to say, Set of Course of Smoke looks pretty good. So that was race number 3. That was an interesting race. I don't have much to say about it besides that start to the second race, which I knew was going to be crazy just because of the inversion. But race number 2. Pro in first place, Sauce in second place, Rodan in third place, Game Boy in fourth, Dean in fifth, Mike in sixth, Tom Spangler in seventh, and Moto in eighth. Well, that ends season. Sorry, again tripping over my words here. That ends race number 3 of the GTC 60s Legends series, and I will be posting the this race's standings as soon as I get them. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next week.